Hello YouTube, and today I'll be doing a pickups episode of games that I have picked up over the last 2 weeks or so, and I'll be doing a pickups episode whenever I acquire about 10 or more games at any given time, so that way it gives it a bit of space, and that way we have a bit of material. So without further ado, I'm going to start with my first game on the list, and these are all in alphabetical order. Breath of Fire for the Super Famicom. I have all Japanese games when it comes to the Super Famicom, and I'll even show off the system at the end of the video because I also picked up the systems within the last 2 weeks. The next game, of course, is the sequel, Breath of Fire 2. I'm really liking the series so far, and all around it's a great game as I fumbled a game in between my fingers. The next game is, of course, a classic known as Dragon Quest 1 and 2. Of course, the original two Dragon Quest games were for the Famicom, and they released a dual pack, much like Square Enix did for Final Fantasy 1 and 2 on the Game Boy Advance, and of course Square did it with the Origins collection on the PlayStation. And the next game is Dragon Quest 3. Yes, I'm having a lot of fun with this series so far. It's a really great series. I'm really enjoying it, and it's got a very good art style. Of course, the game is done by Akira Toriyama, the creator of Dragon Ball and Dragon Ball Z, so that's pretty cool, and he did a fantastic job. And of course, we have Dragon Quest 6. I have all the Dragon Quest games that are available for the Super Famicom, and that was kind of a nice thing to have. I wish 4 was available for the Super Famicom, and I'm told that it is, but it's not really. I'm not 100% sure because, again, it's got Japanese text all over it. It doesn't even say Dragon Quest on it, so I'm not even sure if it is on the Super Famicom or not. I'll get it eventually for one of the other systems it's available for. The next game is Final Fantasy IV. Yes, the classic Final Fantasy IV, or as we in North America would know it as Final Fantasy II, even though I believe we got the original Final Fantasy II on the Nintendo Entertainment System, so that seemed kind of redundant. I remember playing Final Fantasy II on the Nintendo Entertainment System, so that was weird that we would get it again on the Super Nintendo. The next game is the game that North America never got until much later, but that would be Final Fantasy V here. So, Final Fantasy V, fantastic title, and then of course we have the classic SNES game, as I fumble it again, and that is, or SNES, well yeah, it's a SNES, but Super Famicom version of Final Fantasy VI, otherwise known as Final Fantasy III here in North America, and fantastic game right here. I love it. It's great. One of my favorite Final Fantasies of all time. The next game is, of course, the Legend, or as we would know it, Legend of Zelda: Link to the Past, or as the Japanese would call it, Kamigami no Triforce, for the Super Famicom. Both the same game, same great game. Just gonna show it off again here. Perfect. You haven't played it, you gotta play it. I don't care what you play it on. You can play it on your Game Boy Advance, GameCube, well, kind of GameCube, and or Super Famicom, or Super Nintendo, or Virtual Console on the Wii. So, great game to pick up and have. Next game would be the Japanese version of Secret of Mana, and you see a 2 there. That is because this is the second game in the series in Japan, and I don't have the first one. I will attempt to pick it up, and I'm attempting to pick up the third one, which is Secret of Mana 2, and it's just an overall fantastic game. People have mixed reactions about Secret of Mana, but that you need 2 players. I enjoy it. It's great. The next game would be Super Donkey Kong, because they didn't call it Donkey Kong Country in Japan for whatever reason, and really it doesn't matter because technically it is the Super version of Donkey Kong, because we all know what Donkey Kong originally plays like. Next, of course, is Donkey Kong 2. Great game, or Super Donkey Kong 2, and or Donkey Kong Country 2, and great game, fantastic. And then there's my favorite in the series of Super Donkey Kong games / Donkey Kong Country games, and that is Donkey Kong Country 3. I absolutely love the third Donkey Kong Country game, having also never owned it, ironically, but I've played it, but now I do own it, of course, but still, fantastic game. Next game would be Super Mario RPG. It is the only game just for me. When I play the game, I get lost in a phase. You know the deal. I love this game to death. All-time favorite Super Nintendo game, or Super Famicom game. Both, actually. I love it to death. Great game. So happy I was able to get it with the box and the manual for the price I paid, which was amazing. And I also have a second copy of the game right here, Super Mario RPG, just not in the game. So, great buy. And the game that just dropped, Yoshi's Island, great classic. I enjoy it. I have games that didn't come with boxes there to the right of me, and Yoshi's Island just happened to fall, so that's why I showed it then and there, just so you know what would have fallen if you had heard it. And also, I'm fumbling with my words. Hooray! Then the next game, Super Metroid. Oh my god, the memories I have playing this game throughout my life is amazing. Definitely a favorite. So good. Series is great. I've played all the games, own quite a few of them. Fantastic. Absolutely love it. Gotta play it if you haven't played it. Gotta play it, I tell you. The next game, of course, is one of the all-time fighting game legends of Super Street Fighter 2. This was the third and final edition of Street Fighter 2 that would appear on the Super Famicom and Super Nintendo respectively, because I don't know why they only got 3 versions. I don't know why they didn't get Super Street Fighter 2 Turbo, but they did get Street Fighter Turbo and Street Fighter 2 and Super Street Fighter 2. 3 out of 5, at least I think there's 5, not bad at all. The last boxed Super Famicom game is Tales of Phantasia. This has been my first game in the series. I have not played any of the other Tales games, and I can tell you this, I am really looking forward to playing more Tales games, because this series is interesting. The combat system was really intuitive to me, as I've never played a game that's like that, and it's absolutely enjoyable at this point. My next Super Nintendo game, or Super Famicom game, sorry, is of course Super Mario Kart. You know, it's Mario Kart. What's not to like? The next game I haven't been able to play because I do not have the Super Famicom mouse, and that is Mario and Wario. You need the mouse to play this game, and I don't have the mouse as of yet, so I can't play it. So it's like, damn it. But I will eventually, so that's all good. The next game is Yoshi Cookie, which of course is a Tetris-like puzzle game, and it's interesting to say the least. I really enjoy it for a puzzle game. I don't really like Tetris. Yes, I don't enjoy Tetris whatsoever. I find it a nuisance and rather annoying, but that's just me. If you love it, that's awesome. Power to you. The next game is a classic RPG, once again done by Squaresoft, and that is Chrono Trigger. This was one of the first games I picked up for my Super Famicom, and my god, is it amazing. First time playing it too, and I was glad to purchase that game, and my god, it's absolutely amazing. The next game is the Japanese version of Earthworm Jim. Awesome fucking game in English, and there's no difference between the English version and the Japanese version. It's all in English, minus telling you what the buttons do, or what the controls are. But overall, same game, same great taste, if you will. I don't know why I said that. The next game, Street Fighter Turbo, or Street Fighter 2 Turbo. Again, second game that the Super Famicom / Super Nintendo got. Much better than the original. Well, not much better, but better than the original because you get to play as the boss characters now, which was great. The next game, ironically, is the badass himself, the original Street Fighter 2 on the Super Famicom. I don't know what it is, but I always prefer the Super Famicom / Super Nintendo games over the Genesis / Master or Mega Drive. I don't know why. I just don't like the Genesis that much. And I can't explain why I don't, because I own them both grown up, so I don't know. Next game is the classic Super Mario World, and it's amazing to play through this game again, and it's just magnificent, and I absolutely love it. It's awesome as hell. My next game, of course, is Super Mario Collection, which was called Super Mario All-Stars here. I had a brain fart there for a second. The only difference between this and the Japanese in All-Stars is that Super Mario 2 is called Super Mario USA, and the Lost Levels is called Super Mario 2. I don't know why we didn't get Super Mario 2 when it initially released, and because, holy hell, it's difficult, yes, but it's not impossible. The next game, Mario Paint. Yes, I cannot play Mario Paint because I do not have the mouse, which sucks ass, but eventually I will get the mouse, and then it will not matter that I don't have the mouse, because I will, and I'll be able to play the shit out of it. Next, we go into my N64 games. Once again, these are all the Japanese versions, and they're in-box collections, alphabetical order, and then I'll get into my non-boxed games, and then I'll show off the consoles. First game, Diddy Kong Racing. Great racing game. Certainly a lot more to do than Mario Kart 64, but I think I prefer Mario Kart over Diddy Kong Racing because there's more characters I like in Mario Kart 64. The next game, The Legend of Zelda Majora's Mask, and my god, I am loving this game again. I don't know quite why people complain about it. It's fantastic. The time thing doesn't really bother me because I think there's too much time to begin with. Would I want less time? Hell no. But I find that there's enough time to get through the temples and all that stuff. Again, fantastic game was that. And now I bring on Mario Kart 64. Definitely a fun-ass game. And holy shit, is it enjoyable, and I absolutely love it. Great game, to say the least. The next game is, of course, Mario Party. Mario Party is awesome, for the most part, especially when you have friends. I didn't enjoy the first one when I was a child. My sister loved it, and I was like, God damn it, we gotta play this game again? Fuck. But now, when I look back on it, the nostalgia just comes over, and I'm like, oh, yeah. And of course, Wario says, "Oh, I missed" in the English version, but in the Japanese version, and I fucking bursted out laughing when I heard it. He says, "Oh my god," and I was like, I can't believe they put that in a children's Nintendo game, holy crap. But just to show you how different Japan and North America are when it comes to what can be said in a children's game and what can't be said in a children's game. The next game, of course, is the sequel, Mario Party 2. My favorite Mario Party ever. Hands down, greatest Mario Party game ever, and I was so happy to get this as well. My least favorite Mario Party, at least out of the N64 games, because I haven't played the GameCube games, and I haven't played the Wii ones yet, is, of course, Mario Party 3. I don't enjoy this game, for whatever reason. I mean, I'll play it, and I'll like it, but I really don't enjoy playing it. If I have a choice of any other Mario Party, I will pick that Mario Party over the other. So remember, Mario Party 3, my least favorite Mario Party game. Next game, Mario Story, aka Paper Mario. Same game. I like it that they call it Story because it kind of looks like a storybook inside the game, unlike Yoshi's Story for whatever reason. That was called a fucking whatever, but Anyway, Mario Story, great game. Happy to have it. The next game, of course, is Mario Tennis 64. For those of you who don't know, there are actually 3 Mario Tennises released at this time. There was the Game Boy Color version, the Virtual Boy version, and then there was this version. The Game Boy version and this version kind of connect together. I prefer this version over the Game Boy Color version because it has more characters and it doesn't have those weird-ass people that are from Nintendo games. If there's one thing I don't like is games that add little tiny avatars to their games, so don't do it for any fucking game, because I don't like playing as Mii's, and I don't like playing as Xbox avatars. It's just stupid. In my opinion, of course, if you like the avatars, that is cool. Next game is Nintendo All-Stars Super Smash. For whatever reason, they just called it Super Smash Brothers in North America, but it is called Nintendo All-Stars Super Smash, and it is great. I love it. One of my first boxed N64 games. Actually, it is the first boxed N64 game I ever got, and awesome sauce. Of course, I purchased all of these within a 2-week span, so there wasn't much of a difference, but still got that first. Actually bought it from a store. A&C Games. If you're in Toronto, check it out, because it's pretty fucking awesome if you're looking for anything. Any game, honestly, they have. It's magnificent. They are awesome. Next, of course, is Pocket Monster Snap, aka Pokemon Snap. Very different case, as you can tell. And overall, it's a great game. Hard to get out of its box, I'll tell you that much, 'cause it's a lot smaller and a lot different makeup than the other boxes, but great game nonetheless, and enjoyable. Plus, you get to chuck apples at fucking Pokemon. What's not to like? Next one is Pocket Monster Stadium. We did not get this version of Pokemon Stadium. This was the first game ever released in Japan of that series, and it's really different from what we got, and definitely not the best one in the series. It's not really well polished per se, but good game. The next one, of course, is Pocket Monster Stadium 2. This is the version of this is our version of Pokemon Stadium, and comparing this game, as I hold it here, to this game by far a lot better. So yeah, Pocket Monster Stadium so much better than Pocket Monster Stadium 2, so much better than Pocket Monster Stadium 1. Happy to have them both, but out of the two, I would play Pocket Monster Stadium 2 more than Pocket Monster Stadium 1. Next is our version of Pokemon Stadium 2, which is Pokemon Kinjin Crystal. I don't know why they called it that instead of Pocket Monster Stadium 3, but it is the one with the Generation 2 Pokemon, and so on and so forth. So, pretty great game. The last box N64 game, of course, is Super Mario 64 Rumble Edition, only released in Japan. They released it a year later, and I got this version over the original because, again, look at that badassness. It's Bowser and Mario in front of the case, man. That's awesome. Next, of course, and then on the back and stuff. Now, in my unboxed N64, or my incomplete N64 games, as people like to call those, complete versions, the ones that come with the manuals and everything, is Banjo-Kazooie 2. They didn't call it Banjo-Tooie. I like that they didn't call it Banjo-Tooie. I like that they kept it kind of serious as Banjo-Kazooie 2, so that was pretty cool. Just set that back down. The next game, the original Banjo-Kazooie. Great game. Both of them are great. I absolutely love them both, and they are great platformers and will last you hours upon hours and will take you a while to beat, especially the second one. The next game, my only North American N64 game, Perfect Dark. Absolutely love this game. I never played the N64 version. I played the Xbox 360 Perfect Dark Zero. Kind of liked it. This game blows it the hell out of the water, I will say. Blows it out of the water. Great fit. Great fit. The next game, of course, is the Japanese version of GoldenEye. Yes, I have the Japanese version, and there is no difference other than the text. It's still the same great game. Love it. Played it to death as a kid, and I play it crazy now. So that was kind of nice. And last but not least, Donkey Kong 64, or as the Japanese call it, DK64. Great game. If you have never played Donkey Kong 64, you need to get on that right now because it is just amazing. Now, of course, as I promised, I would show off the consoles. So here is the beast itself, the Super Famicom. Great condition. Was really happy to get the actual official Japanese version here, if you can see that properly. Sorry for the bad camera angles, if there are any, but really great console. I was really happy to get this. I got this again at A&C Games, and they had the Korean version, and they didn't know if they had the official Japanese version, and they did, and I was happy to purchase it, and it was well worth money, I will say. And of course, here is the Super Famicom controller, which unlike the Super Nintendo has different color buttons, which is awesome. Very cool. Alright, here is the Nintendo 64. Of course, it is the Jungle Green Edition. It was going to cost me the same price as it would for a Japanese N64. This is the North American version, of course. And this thing that you saw in there is actually a cartridge converter, so I can play the Japanese games. Very happy to get that as well. Both of these, of course, at A&C Games. You'll notice that a theme there, that most of my stuff comes from there, except for the box games and a lot of games. I did get a few games from there, but most of my stuff, in terms of consoles, comes from there. I hope you have enjoyed this pickups video, and I will see you all next time here on YouTube. Have a great day.